Hello everyone and welcome to this episode of Bash scripting with Unix-like operating system. So in this episode we are going to learn an important concept known as cron tab or cron job. So basically Kronos is the name of Greek god of time. Okay, so let me verify that. Kronos stands for time, right? So okay, so it is Kronos and it is actually personification of time in pre-Socratic philosophy. Okay, and anything related to cron or cron or chron, it means it is related to time. That is why we have the words synchronous and asynchronous. Okay, synchronous means in sync and asynchronous means out of synchronization. So similarly, we have cron here, and it is actually a job scheduler for Unix-like operating systems. So you can schedule your jobs with cron tab. Okay, and we can access cron tab with simple commands, and we can set up the entries in the cron tab. So let us see how we can access cron tab. So the first way to access it is the read access. So I will just say cron tab hyphen L. So it will actually show you the current stuff in the cron tab. Okay, so the cron tab settings belong to this format. Copy, and we already have a notepad open here. So the first entry is for minutes, second one is for hours, third one is for day of the month, or sorry, it is for day of the month, yes. And here it is the month, and it is the day of the week and the command. Okay, so even on Wikipedia we have all these things. So basically we have 5 entries here, as I told you. Okay, the first one is the minutes. It could vary from 0 to 59. Hour could vary from 0 to 23. Day could vary from 1 to 31. Month can vary from 1 to 12. Day of the week can be from 0 to 6, that is Sunday to Saturday. Okay, and even in some systems it is like 7, from 1 to 7. Okay, and finally we have to mention the command to execute. So let us see actually a sample settings. A few sample settings is like, if I want to run something 1 minute past midnight every day, then I will have a setting like this. Okay, and at 23:45 every day Saturday, then this is the setting. Similarly, I have also come up with a few settings of my own. So if I want to run something every day at midnight, then I will have to have the combination string like this, and home pi backup.sh. So one of the most important aspects of this is that we can use it for backup and copying the files at specified intervals. So this will run every day at midnight. Also, if I want this to run every 5 minutes, then I can say */1 star. Okay, so sorry, it should be star. So this script will run every 5 minutes. Now there are a few non-standard also settings, and I can say @reboot home pi backup.sh. So whenever I'm going to reboot the computer, it is going to create a file backup.sh. Okay, sorry, it is going to run the file backup.sh. So the same way we are going to see how to track the reboot history of this computer, because the power is intermittent at my area nowadays because of some electrical work going on. The people who are working at the distribution company, electricity distribution company, they just wanted to have some fun randomly. So that's why those buggers, they are now playing with the electricity. and we have intermittent electricity. So I have already written a small script which I'm going to demonstrate you by writing it again to track the reboot history of my Raspberry Pi. So let us save this file as reboot underscore hist.sh and let us say hash /bin/bash. Okay, and now log file equals to reboot underscore hist dot log and echo system rebooted at log file. $log file. So this is how we can track the reboot history. So let me explain you the code. Code is very simple. You also must have understood it by this time. We are saying that there is a log file known as reboot underscore hist.log, and then we are echoing system rebooted at, and this is double greater than sign. It means that append the file. Okay, append the file with this information, and we are also appending it with the current date and time. That's it. We are just entering a string as well as the date into the log file. Now we have to set it to execute at the time of every reboot. So before that we need to test it. Okay, dry run. And let me execute this, or let us change the permission. Chmod star.sh 744. Okay, I think that 744. Cool. Now we can run reboot history.sh. Okay, and I can just say cat reboot hist.log. Okay, so it is actually adding all that information to the reboot history.log. So if I execute it once more, it will add that or append that information in the end. So as of now, I don't need this file reboot history.log. So I will remove it, and it will be freshly created when I reboot this system. But before I reboot this system, I need to add this entry to the cron tab. And that entry is going to be notepad. Now let me tell you about that entry. It should be something like @reboot. So this is one of the non-standard things. It may not work with all the Unix-like systems, but it will work with most of the Unix-like systems. Okay, if not all, but most of the Unix-like systems will understand this format in the cron tab. Home pi reboot hist.sh. Let's copy this. Let's open the cron tab in the editing mode. Okay, -e is the editing mode. And here I already seem to have entered it for my practice run, but I'm going to delete it anyway. And I will add a fresh entry. Basically, it is the same entry, but for the sake of understanding, I wrote it from scratch and then I'm putting it here. Okay. Let's clear the screen. Let us see if there is any log file. Okay. Okay, there is output.log. So I will say rm star.log. So we are using the file name globbing, and let us run the command ls star.log. Okay, there is no such file or directory. Now let us say sudo init 6. It means reboot your system. That's it. And if I hit enter, I'll be disconnected and the system will reboot in no more. Let us open the ZenMap utility. It will show you how many systems are connected to the network. So if our Raspberry Pi is connected to the network, it means that it is online. Okay. Okay, it seems that our Raspberry Pi is online again, and we will log into that. So it is better to check on ZenMap GUI rather than polling continuously by doing SSH command. So cat star.log. So here it is telling us the system rebooted at 3:47 p.m. right? So what is the current time? 3. Yeah, so it is 3:47. So it rebooted at 3:46. Again, let us reboot it, because it is going to give us a very good idea about how this thing works if we reboot it couple of times. So let us test it that way. Let us check with the ZenMap GUI again. Okay, the system is online. Let us try to connect to it. Raspberry. And finally, star.log. Cat star.log. Okay, so here we have two entries. So it rebooted at 3:46 and 3:47, and now it is 3:48. So this log seems to be correct. So this is how we can work with cron tab, and we can actually demonstrate the scheduling of various shell scripts. So not only shell scripts, you can almost schedule any program. You need to call that program with the appropriate interpreter. That is the only condition. So suppose if you have a JavaScript program, then you have to call it with some program that runs a JavaScript file. Okay. So that's how it works. So I hope that you have understood the concept. Thanks a lot once again, and we will meet you in the next episode.